Hello, everybody, and welcome to this Farnham Health and Wellness Chat with an Expert. Today, we've got Kimba Bridgeman joining us. Kimba, can you just introduce yourself, please, and tell us what you do?
Okay, yes. It's good to be here with you, Juliet.
Thank you. And you?
Well, I'm in Farnham, and I work with clients locally, but also a lot of my clients are online as well. And I'm a mentor, and I'm also director at International Online College for the Shamanic Healing Arts. It's called Shaman College. So my work is assisting, I assist these wonderful beings. I was thinking, they're called humans. You might have heard of them.
Tell me more about them.
No, really. I assist humans, and humans are these amazing beings of light. And these humans have a heart of beautiful love. And they have this potential to create and really bring all of their star light here to this beautiful planet that we live on. But one of the the challenges is that so many of us have either forgotten this, but I really feel that most humans, this understanding of what and who we are has been through our cultures and the generations kind of trained out of us. So what I'm here to do is to help people find this again, find this light and this love and this potential that we are again. And in doing that, we help this beautiful earth that we live on. So in ancient times and not so ancient times, but in cultures that lived closer in tuned with the earth, what I do would have been called more like the medicine person or the medicine woman, or sometimes they say a shaman, but shaman is only a one word used from one place. So they would have different words for these people that bring healing to and assist humanity. I guess the other thing about what I do and what these people have always done is we know that the spirit is entwined in healing. So spirituality at one time would have been woven into everything we do on this earth. So from our cultural rituals to our celebrations and our understandings of the earth cycles, so when to grow the food, when to harvest, from births and deaths, all of this would be a spiritual experience as well as a kind of functional experience. And all healing would have a spiritual component. So the midwife would not just help with the physical birth of the child, the mother and the child. The midwife would be also bringing spirituality into the process. the medicine herbalists, because the medicines the would have been plants likely, that medicine person would be in tuned with the spirituality of the healing of the plants, of the person, of the illness. And so this was always the way. And then we had separation of science, medicine, everything got specialized and separated. And the spiritual aspect of our lives got taken away from everyday functioning. So the way that I work with people and the way that I mentor people, and what we do also at Shaman College, is we are bringing back this spirituality into healing again. So that's a long answer to what I do.
And do you, back when people were in tune with their spirituality, you spoke about the midwife, and it wouldn't have just been physical. Do you, and scientific, do you think that they realized that there was a spiritual component to what they were doing, or were they just not just but whole and complete without the separation that you spoke about? And now we have to, everything's so separate, we almost have to pull in these separate parts, that feels unnatural for some, whereas in the past it just was. There was no question, there was no trying to find these separate parts, because they were all there complete and whole.
The specialists that would be the healers, they knew what they were doing. They knew they would be speaking directly to the illness, or they would be speaking directly to the plant, or they would be reading, and their palpation and their understanding would have the spiritual component into the healing. And even though the other people in the community would also understand a bit about spirituality being an important part of their lives, they would still seek the healer that brought in those components into what they were doing. They couldn't, I think is that what you're asking?
They did it without question, whereas nowadays we're more inclined to question it.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah, true. The funny thing is that there was this probably about, probably about over 25 years ago, when I was starting to get into movement practices and trying to help people. And I there was this great thing people would say: mind, body, spirit. It was like these 3 words, and they would be in yoga studios and healing centers and, meditation places or whatever. And I always thought, sounds really lovely, a really beautiful idea. Mind, body, spirit. Yeah. But for me, it's literal. Like, it wasn't like a cool idea. It was like, yeah, my body doesn't exist without my spirit. My mind, or my consciousness, and my body are completely entwined. So these 3 things are not 3 things. They're one expression of an individual. So, yeah. So I think what has happened a lot is, when I look around, is that spirituality has been it's been something maybe some people connect to once a week on a Sunday if they go to church, or what, or something, I don't know. It's like it's something outside of life, and it's also something outside of this self, right? So it's like the light, the God, divine, universal consciousness, all this stuff. It's like it's out there somewhere, and it's separate from this being. And so spiritual healing and spirituality is a remembering that this heart, this one, you guys, every single one, every human has got a light in them. And that light and that heart is the divine light. It's in them. It's in every child's eyes, and it's in every adult's eyes. And it's not out there, it's inside. So, yeah.
And what's happened to that for people? How has it been? I mean, it's not been lost. You're not saying that people have lost it. It's not gone, but they're not able to find it. Maybe this is a really difficult way of thinking, because it's separating it by saying they're not able to find it. It's separating it again. But I hope you can understand what I'm trying to say. If people feel like it's not there, how do they get it there? And what's happening? Where's it gone? And what's going on?
Yeah. Well, okay. So what is it? What is this spirit, this light, right? What is it? So if you go, this is your spirit, or your light is who and what you are, beyond your identification with your form. So if you think, who or what am I? Usually we think, well, you got a name, you've got a bunch of titles, roles that you play, jobs that you do. You've got this body, you've got this face, and so those are this kind of stuff that we've come to identify with who we are. The spirit of who you are is here too, but it's not in the form that you are. It's not in the name that you give yourself. It's not in the job that you do. It's beyond all those things, and it can't be taken. It can't be taken. You can change your name. You can get a new hairdo. You can, I don't know, do some weights. You can move. You can, a lot of things can change. But at the very core of you, this light, this spirit that you are, it cannot be taken. It's beyond all of that. So it can't be lost, but it can be perhaps forgotten because we don't focus on it that much in our education systems, in our medical systems.
Can I ask if it's maybe not forgotten but unknown?
Yeah, it is unknown because it's in a way unseen.
Okay, so if people at home are not seeing their spirit, Mish has asked, are we neglecting it? And I think she's probably put it far better than I put it. Are we?
Yeah, Mish, that's a really good way of putting it. Neglecting the light and love that we are. It's a beautiful point. Yeah. So right now, if you just picture yourself, who are you? But don't think of your body. You just come here, sit here. Let's just sit here. You just sit here. It's a very kind of fascinating thing to do. Sometimes it's easier to do with someone that you have known that has died. So they've died. So something in your mental capacity allows you to say, I can still picture, you know, their face and their body and their name and what they did. But something about the knowing that they've gone, they've passed on, allows you to really touch into their spirit, their soul, their essence of who they are. That kind of essence.
And for people at home who have maybe never gone here before, you know, they've never even considered any of these things. I wonder how they take away, you know, I have experienced this kind of thing before, and I think about this a lot. But still, when I close my eyes and try to do what you say, there's still all of society's ideals coming in, and that is really challenging. So what, you know, you say about thinking someone who's passed, and that can be helpful. What other things can people do to help to find this spirit part of them?
You know, I was thinking, I've got some ideas, but I've been really thinking about this time right now where we have been in this global challenge, right? So started, you know, last year, last spring and winter, with coronavirus lockdowns, you know, all this stuff that has been hugely challenging, and it's been beyond just one neighborhood, one town, one country. It's been global, this challenge, in different ways, of course, in different places. But that when we've had to do this lockdown, sorry, the words lockdown really are quite intense, actually, aren't they?
It's harsh, it's aggressive, yeah.
Yeah. So, but when we've had to go into this, we've had to experience things I know that I've never experienced before. Mandates on not seeing my friends. Mandates on my children not being able to play with other children. Mandates on not being able to hug someone. Touch, not being able to breathe the air with another human being that's not, you know, my family. So we have had to do something that is incredibly not human, completely against life. The nature of life is to commune. We commune, we share, we touch, we communicate, we live together. So we've had to do this very unnatural thing. And it's brought such a big challenge. And I'm hoping that your other people that are listening to this can connect with that. This challenge of kind of containment actually is pushing us into a very large time on this planet of awakening. It's done the opposite. It's done the opposite of containing ourselves. It's caused us to like open a little bit more. Like how I notice for myself, how have I been sleeping through life? As much as I'm kind of into this expansion, I even got to see like, wow, where was I sleeping at the wheel of life? Where was I just kind of going along with things? And the lockdown down has almost been an opening up. I don't think we can stay like this, forever, and I wouldn't ever hope it upon us. But it has done something that I'm observing in this world of waking up people, opening them up, opening up the senses. And that is a part of finding that soul or that spirit inside of us. Because I think it's because you might be able to lock down a lot of things, but you cannot lock down a human spirit. You just can't do it. That light is just, it's too strong.
Do you think this can portray as a challenge for the individual in the moment? But if you look at it, if that individual looks at it in a different way, from a different perspective, can find an opportunity to take an opportunity from what feels like a challenge.
Totally. We never ask for this crappy, I'll say crappy, it's a nicer word. We never ask for this, stuff coming in life. We don't ask for it. We would never ask it upon anyone. But most of us can probably look at how some of the worst challenges in our lives have pushed us to another opportunity. They've pushed us to grow. Maybe we lost this job and it was horrendous, but it opened another door. And so, birth is the perfect example. As any moms here, birth is incredibly, it's like you hit the end, right? But look what comes, life. So challenges are often huge opportunities for expansion. It happens all the time. The butterfly, the caterpillar has to completely dissolve. It has to go into goo and erase everything. And then it comes a whole new form. And this is the kind of thing I think we're going through right now in this globally.
And would your recommendation for people be to sit and allow that to happen naturally? Or are there things that people need to do? Are there processes to put in place? Or, what can people do to take these opportunities rather than, it's one thing just choosing to think positively and believing that something's going to happen.
Yeah.
But actually being proactive about making it happen when you have the opportunity. Is that what's your approach?
Okay, so I guess there's a few things, but what can we do? So a big part, I think, of what's happening now in this world, as well as what we can do, is, I don't know which direction to go. It's like I can see a lot of different things. But one thing is, okay, when a big challenge comes up for me, okay, there's lots of various of challenges. Yeah. I try to muster as best I can that, wow, I am being pushed right now. Just acknowledge it. I feel it. I'm being pushed. Yeah. And so I've been through enough pushes that I know that this push is asking something of me. Just acknowledge that. This is asking something of me. You know, and the fact that any one of us is here is a miracle, right? I don't know the scientific um, um, numbers or whatever, but the fact that this one sperm and this one egg met each other, and then this life came out of it, and then it made it through the gestation, and then it made it out of here, and now it's here on this planet right now, here. This is a miracle. You're a miracle. Okay? All right. So you're a miracle. Now, to really grok that, you got to grok that. The big old oak tree gives off all these acorns. Like if you've ever walked under these oak trees, there's acorns everywhere, but hardly any of them turn into a tree. You know, this is a miracle, this thing, life here. Okay. All right. So your life is a miracle. Now, you're being pushed. You're being asked to step into something. I just tell you, if you are being pushed, you're being asked. And to just kind of like to take that, just what I am being asked to grow. I am being asked to find my truth. I'm being asked to find this light, this miracle of life, to just start to change that, to start to acknowledge that. I wish every child would walk into their school and the teacher would say, to really reflect back to them that they are a miracle. But we didn't go through that. I know I didn't go through that in my school, you know. So it's a big relearning that we're going through. So had a place to go on from that, but am I starting to answer the question?
I've lost the question. I was so engrossed in what you were saying. I was completely transfixed. Carry on.
Okay, I'll just keep going then. So your body is nature, okay? That's another thing to realize for ourselves. Your body is nature. Again, the light isn't outside of you. It is, but it's also inside of you. Your body is nature. Nature is not outside of you only. It's you. This thing. Your body is nature. So if we could go to our body like we go to nature, this is a really powerful thing to do. So we are, again, with the miracle, this body was made by the universal wisdom, by nature. It was the same wisdom or brilliance that created everything on this earth and beyond, to the stars and the universe. This body, you were given it. You have one. So here we are. We're a miracle that we're even here. We have this body that has basically superpowers of healing, immune system, the way we breathe, the way the blood is made, the way our glands work, the way the fluids move in the system, the brain, the heart, the gut. I mean, this is like we are living in this brilliance. Okay, so when we're getting that pushback, and it feels horrible. I'm not feeling it right now, but it does. I know. It's like it's everything that's horrible. But when you're getting that, you are being asked. You are being asked to see something more. You're being asked to just sit there, basically. Sit and just sit there with it, because you're cooking. Something's cooking. Something is asking you to go up another level. And so what I think is going on with this big awakening right now, this push and this awakening, is people are starting, to do many interesting things. They're looking beyond only the mainstream dialogue. They are starting to go, really? I don't know if that resonates with me. So they're starting to listen to other points of view, scientific views, medical views, economic views. They are starting to go, wait a minute, maybe everything. I mean, I think of probably, well, I already home educate, but my children, but I know I've spoken with a lot of people that are like, I kind of like having my children home. We can do this. Do you know what I mean? So people are starting to go, maybe the education system isn't in alignment with my sovereign being. Maybe the medical system isn't giving me all the information I need to know. Maybe the government is not giving me all the information. And so that's what I'm watching happen, is people opening their consciousness broader. And I think this is amazing.
And so people really need to take on board what you've said about the miracle that they are, that each individual is, and believe in themselves, and believe in themselves and their intuition, and have the confidence that they maybe haven't had to hit this running, this kind of opportunity that they've been given, rather really than dwelling on the challenge or the negative that they're feeling. Instead, push on through, change their perception of it being a challenge to it being an opportunity, and have belief in what they have already done just by being here.
Yeah, exactly.
And know they can achieve anything.
Yes, and that, oh God, there was something right there that you said was like, oh shoot, oh well, I don't know where it went, but there was some little piece in there that felt really important. Oh well. Oh yeah, that so many people tell me, and I don't know, so many people have told me this, that now I think maybe we all feel this. And it's that they say, Kimba, I never really fit in. I didn't. And so it's like, I didn't quite fit in with, what the school groups were doing, or I never fit in with this, or I never fit in at work with that. I never fit in at this age or that age. And I thought, as I started to hear that more and more, I thought, you know what? You're right. We don't fit in. We actually don't fit in. We do not fit in with the systems because they too constraining. And when we were young, when we get older, we get more just like, we kind of grow out of that maybe, and we just go like, oh, well, we're just our own selves, we've matured or whatever. But you know what? When we were a child and we felt that we didn't fit in, we were so right, because we didn't. Whatever that system was imposing was not fitting in with our brilliance. When we were in our teens, when we were in our 20s, we had those first jobs and whatever, and we were like, that doesn't feel like me. You're right. It wasn't you, but you were still full enough to know that actually you're not fitting in. Well, you actually are fitting in with you. You're not fitting in with the systems that are trying to confine your brilliance. And then as we get older, we just kind of break off and we get used to it or whatever, we grow out of that. But I think that not fitting in is actually a good thing.
I'm sure there's a brand that has the catchphrase, "We weren't born to fit in."
Yeah, probably.
I can't think who it is.
And the other one is sensitive. The whole thing, oh, she's sensitive or he's sensitive and they're so sensitive. And I think, you know what? Yes, we are. We are incredibly sensitive. We have so many senses. We have the 5 senses, but we have subtle senses. We have intuitive senses. We have compassion, which is a sense. We have feeling senses. We have so many senses. We are extremely sensitive. It's part of our superpowers as a human, is our sensitivity. So all of these things, yeah. So all of these things that point to kind of, like I said, our brilliance.
Yeah, that's great. We're running out of time. Well, we've run out of time.
Oh my goodness.
Over time. But I think, I mean, I could continue to ask so many questions. So I'm sure there will be questions. Maybe people could email me questions and then we can do another one of these and ask more questions, because we could go so deep with this, I know. And we could also go on and on.
Can I just say, like, maybe a couple more minutes, like 3 minutes
Yeah, please do.
just here, like, just to close?
Yeah. Do you want to say some bits and then do a meditation, or is this what you, is that
Yeah,
what
that's what I mean. Kind of like
please.
a meditation.
Yeah, please do.
It won't be that long because I know I don't want to take us too further over what we said. But wherever you are, let's just sit here, and I recommend closing your eyes. It just makes it a little easier. And as you're sitting here, just feel yourself here. Yeah, so you might feel how your pelvis is on your chair or on a cushion, wherever you are, or if you're standing, how your feet are on the ground. Just feel yourself here. You are here. Your body is here. And it's here on this earth. So wherever you're sitting, you're on this one little speck on this big, beautiful planet. There's you, your body's here, and you're on the earth right here. And just for a few seconds here, let's pull in, like your body is a gravitational, has a gravitational force. It has a magnetic force. Just pull in all your focus right to this place that you are sitting. You might notice that you can take a breath, that you're breathing here. You don't have to breathe any special way, just breath is moving. You're breathing and you're here. Then also notice that something about you is non-containable. That even though the barrier of your skin is where it is, that something about you kind of goes far to the right, far to the left. Something about you goes far in front of you, far in back of you. It goes down into the ground and it goes up into the sky. You are both here in your form and you're expansive, formless. You're both of those. And then lastly, just put a hand, you can put two hands, I'm going to do two. Just put them on your heart, on your chest, on your sternum. And you probably feel your breath moving under your rib cage, with your rib cage. Under there is your beating heart. Your beating heart. This heart has a knowing beyond the usual thoughts. And just for a moment, acknowledge, just maybe you could say the words to yourself. I trust my heart. I trust my heart. So here we are, we're sitting in our bodies right here on the earth, right here. Our consciousness is expansive, all directions. And we have this heart. It beats. And no matter what, this is your sovereign being. And then you can release your hands. You can, I always say when you come out of meditation, don't just pop those eyes open. Just tiny little slits, open your eyes just a little bit. And then gradually take in the light of the space and the room. Okay.
We're back.
We're back. So that was a little short one, but you can even do that right now. So as I'm talking to you, as I'm sitting here, I feel my butt on the cushion. I know I got my heart here and all of this expanse.
Yeah. No, that's great. Misha said thank you. It's been really insightful, and I completely agree. I really appreciate your time, and I feel privileged to have been able to ask the questions, because I'm sure that people are going to listen to this and be crying out for a question to be asked, and I haven't asked it. So let's look at it. Let's go with that and view that as an opportunity to ask another time.
Yes, yeah,
There's
people can,
plenty more questions.
and people can send me questions too if you want to. You can find me through shamancollege.com. You can, there's email forms on there. You can email to me and I get those emails. So asking questions or reaching out. We have lots of meditations on our blog. We've got a YouTube channel. So there's also meditations there. Lots of assistance.
Yeah, I'll link to it. So this will go on YouTube and it will go on the podcast, and I'll link to your website so people can find you easily. And hopefully we'll do it again sometime.
Hang in there, everybody. Just keep going. Keep going. This is this is a rich time. Just keep going. Just, you can do it. You can
Yeah,
do it.
absolutely. I don't know if you can see the chat, but Nicole said thank you, that she feels calmer and more grounded from listening. So
Oh, nice. Great. Thank
great.
you.
Thank you everybody for joining us. And Kimba, thank you again. And actually, I look forward to listening back to this because I can never take it in fully when I'm asking questions at the same time. So yeah, I look forward to doing that tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Juliet. We'll talk soon.
Yeah. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.